my name is Jenna and welcome to my channel Divine Direction. In this video, we are going to be looking at the messages and potential energies for June 2021 for the sign of Cancer. So this month I got a new deck, so I thought I would pull one oracle card from that deck just for like an overall theme or message, and then I'm using my Lenormand deck for the rest of it. So Cancer, this month you received the Wise One card, and it says grow within your current situation. So this card can be speaking, to me it's speaking about a few different things. So this could be about especially with the imagery, it can be about ancestral wisdom, definitely wisdom from your elders, and it can also be talking about kind of growing through the darker times in your life and the lighter times. To me, so that can be talking about like not only learning from these experiences, like when you have maybe a dark night of the soul and that sort of thing, but it also talks about, especially in regards to the grow within your current situation, it definitely talks about persevering and staying committed to whatever goal that you have in mind, okay? So I have a feeling all of those are probably going to come up in this reading, but what I'm really seeing here is like there's a few different messages, and I've already kind of looked at your spread, and I'm just like, I feel like they're going to fit together at the end, but I'm like, that's like very interesting, a very interesting read. So first of all, I'm going to touch on the dark and the light, right? Because you have these two cards came out, and it's like the same island during the day and at night. And at night things look worse. You can see the jagged rocks and everything like that. So to me, it's like the contrast between the dark and the light. And then also you have two birds cards, which you have the owls and then you have the songbirds. So to me, it's like, again, the birds, the owls that are out at night, and then the birds that are out during the day. So what I'm feeling here is like, part of me is feeling that this is about learning from those darker times, and that's in a big way how we grow, right? So in my case, like I had depression and I had very bad anxiety. So learning through that and growing through that, and also using that to spread your light is what I'm kind of seeing too. But in this card, there's the moon, and you can still see a little bit, right? Even though it's dark out, it's like there's a little bit of illumination there. And it's our darker periods that can really illuminate things in our lives. You have this card, so you've got the broom. So to me, it's like sweeping away something. And to me, with those together, it's like the darkness is illuminating things that we don't want, that no longer serve us. So we're sweeping it away, okay? So that could be, maybe you have a rough time in your life. Maybe you went through a breakup, or maybe you had someone pass away. And that really showed you maybe who your true friends were, because someone who you wouldn't even, I don't want to use the word expect, but that's kind of what's coming up. It's like you didn't even think that this person would go out of their way for you during this time, but they're there for you, right? But then maybe someone who's closer to you, like they're radio silent, okay? So to me, it's like going through that experience helped to illuminate something else, right? I always say, like, I would never wish depression on anybody, not even my worst enemy, but in some ways, I am grateful for the lessons that it taught me, because I feel that going through all that I went through made me more compassionate. It definitely made me more empathetic, especially when I think even times when I was maybe bullied when I was younger definitely made me more empathetic, and I would never change having that in my adult life, right? So yeah, I wish I wasn't bullied at times when I was younger, but I'm very grateful for the person that I am today. So it's like learning through those darker times, right? And growing through them. And still keep going, which is kind of what I feel is a little bit tied to speaking about like learning from our elders and our ancestors, right? So what they're kind of making me feel here, it's like unlocking wisdom. You have the key, and then there's this book, and to me it's like all tied up, and you can only get into it with the key. So it's like unlocking wisdom, not only from your life, but also it's like unlocking ancestral wisdom. And just through the imagery, I just kind of feel that it's like the example that I'm getting, like think of your ancestors and what they've been through. So maybe your ancestors were in Ireland during the potato famine. They keep bringing me back to like Little House on the Prairie, because obviously we're not going to know everything that our ancestors have been through. I mean, my paternal grandparents, they were through World War II, and they were, my grandpa was actually fighting in World War II, and my grandma was helping out as well. But they keep making me think of Little House on the Prairie, and like all that they went through to get where they were. They had to build their own house, and then there may have been a drought, so the food that they were trying to grow, there wasn't anything, there wasn't any water coming, so nothing was growing. That's what I'm trying to say. And just thinking about all of the times that they had been through, all the hardships, and really just persevering. Like they ended up moving to the city, I believe. I didn't really watch that show too much, but my mom has watched it before in the past. And it's like, no matter what happened, they just kept going. You just keep going. And that's what they're kind of saying here. Another example that they're giving me, and I think this is so cute. So you have the mice card, and the mice, so they're in some kind of shelter, whether it's a home or that sort of thing, whatever. And they're eating grain, and it's during the day, right? Okay, so then you also have the owl card at night. So it's like, mice know that owls come out during the night, so it's safer for them maybe to travel during the day. And then they also have the man and woman card, and they're outside working during the day. So it's like these mice know from experience that at this certain time of the day that they're gonna go and get their snack, and they're going to be safe from these humans, and they're going to be safe from the owl predators. Okay, so it's like learning through that, taking those experiences and learning through them. Whew. Need some water. But I'm definitely getting the sense that there is, we're talking about getting rid of what no longer serves us. So using that wisdom, using your own wisdom, you also have the anchor card, and to me, it's like, it's been taken off of a boat, it's been cut off. And I often see anchors in a positive way, but in this way, it's like something that was holding you back, okay? And the funny thing was, when I was shuffling the cards, before I had the full intention of doing your reading, when I was shuffling the Angels and Ancestors card deck, the Elder card came out, which to me is about healing family lineage. And I feel that this can be talking about that too. It's like you are removing what has held your ancestors back, what has held your family members back, what's held you back, right? So that's what I'm really feeling. It's like we're learning from what others have been through, We're learning from what we have been through, and we're using that to move forward. So we're not listening to any limitations that maybe have been kind of set. So if your family going back generations has always been poor, then maybe you have the mindset that, oh, I'm always going to be poor. No, you don't have to be poor. There's so many things that you can do to help you to make money and doing a job that you enjoy, right? So what are the examples that they gave me? This is embarrassing, but so I'm not married, but for some reason, like, I love planning anything. So planning weddings for myself, or just like, not for myself, but like thinking about that sort of thing. I love planning parties and everything like that. So when it comes to like wedding planning, there's so many articles that are talking about like what you should do, etc., etc. And then there are other articles that are talking about what brides and grooms have, maybe what they wish they had done or wish they hadn't done. So it's like learning from them so that you can move forward. And if you're planning a wedding, then you don't make the mistakes that others have made. And that's what they're making me feel. They're giving me the chills, making me feel with ancestors, right? So it's like learning from them and not making the same mistakes, not repeating the same patterns, okay? So that's what I'm really seeing. It's like using the darkness to be able to experience the light, using the knowledge to be able to move forward in your life. I don't know if some of you maybe have family letters or journals, but I'm just kind of feeling like, to me, this looks like a journal, and then there's someone who is writing by candlelight. So some of you may actually have some documentation about from your ancestors and the different generations and that sort of thing. Maybe you're doing work in your family tree. But I was doing a reading earlier for a pick a card reading, and it was talking about how, like, every generation, you know, you want the next one to have more than you had, to go farther than you have. And it's like, so we're really needing to be moving forward for our own lives, listening to our wisdom and also using others' wisdom to be able to move forward. Hopefully that makes sense. That's what I'm kind of getting. And then I'm just going to say quickly before I go, Cancer, so the grow within your current situation, again, with it talking about persevering, I just feel that some of you may be going through, it's like, and I'm experiencing this myself right now. It's like I will have a good week or a good couple of weeks, and then I'm going to have a bad week. And the bad weeks or the bad days, it's just like, oh my gosh, have I not been through this? Have I not been through enough? When am I finally going to get to, you know, that light at the end of the tunnel? I'm working hard. I'm trying to make this happen. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. But it's like, nothing seems to be changing. Do I still move forward? So what they're kind of saying here is, if you are doing something that you're wanting to do, working towards a goal that you really want to achieve, that is, you know, a heart-led journey, what they're saying is keep going, right? I definitely feel like part of this is a message for me, because it's just like, I know I'm going to keep going, but sometimes it's very, very frustrating, right? And anyone who's resonating with this, you'll definitely know. It's just like, oh, when is this finally going to come? When's my big break going to come? When is this door going to open? And they're saying, just keep going. Keep going. Be reliable to yourself. If you are working with clients, be reliable to your clients, and just don't give up. okay? Because they're showing me another card that's in the deck. I think it's called the Lady card, and it's about basically like receiving the fruits of your labor, and she's holding an apple and it's cut in half. So to me, it's like you will soon start to be seeing the fruits of your labor. So don't give up, just keep going. If this is something that you really want to pursue, just keep going, because right now you might be in the dark, not knowing what's going on, but things are happening behind the scenes. There was a lot of messages last month about that as well. But soon things will be illuminated for you, okay? So also using this period of time, they're nodding my head like 100 times. Using this period of time where maybe it might be a harder week to do some cleaning. And I don't mean physical cleaning, although, you know, maybe I could do that in my house, but doing some cleaning. So weeding out is probably a better way. Weeding out what you're not wanting. So with me and say my YouTube channel or my Instagram account, it's like, okay, time to take a breather. What is it that I want to do moving forward with this? Do I want to continue the way that I'm going, or do I want to tweak things? I still want to be consistent. I still want to move forward with it. But it's like, okay, do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? So they sent me like an example of posting weekly gratitude, where it's just like you write down 5 things that you're grateful for, which I think is really good and beneficial, not only for myself, but it could be for others. Do I want to keep doing that? Do I want to keep doing pick a card readings? I love posting quotes that I find from when I'm reading books or that sort of thing. Do I want to keep doing that? So what they're saying is like, if you're building a business, this could be about your schedule, what is working for you and what's not, right? So this, in this downtime, yeah, really, really nodding my head. In this downtime, Cancer, where you're still moving forward, but it's like things aren't progressing as quickly as you want to, this is the time to weed out anything that's not working for you. And they're even showing me like donating physical items in your house, because I know they were going to say, because things are going to start picking up for you, and then it's going to be too overwhelming. And that's one thing in this card talks about, is sometimes like being overwhelmed but still moving forward, right? So when you have these down times, that is the time to kind of like maybe catch up or clean up the little bits that aren't right for you. And like you would trim a tree, right? It's kind of making me feel like he's got an axe, like trimming a tree, trimming the fat. They're making me think of steak. Like, I don't know how else to say. Trimming, I wish you could hear my spirit guides. They're like trimming your nose hairs. I don't know why they said that. But that's why, like, getting rid of that sort of thing, right? Okay. So, I feel that that's all of the messages that I'm receiving for you, Cancer. But just if you're going through kind of that roller coaster of the darkness and the light, just keep focused on the light, okay? I know it's going to be difficult. If you feel sad, that's okay. What I'm kind of like, when I have my sad days, especially with doing release work and releasing ancestral, how do I say it? Releasing inherited stuck emotions, that's what I've been doing, and my own as well. It's like, I'll let myself have a day or two to just kind of like let that out and rest up. But if it's going longer than that, then maybe ask your angels and guides for help. But really try to focus on the light here, all right? Don't give up. Okay, Cancer? All right, Cancer, I hope you have an amazing month of June. Let me know if this resonates. I always want to hear if this is resonating with you. And hopefully I will see you next video. Bye, Cancer.